Welcome back to Motorcycle Repair. I'm Kevin, Ash is behind the camera, and today we're going to be showing you how to properly adjust your chain on this 2005 Yamaha R1. We will go through what tools you will need, what cleaners, lubricants and all the other stuff you need, and how to adjust your chain appropriately and properly. Alright?
Yep.
Fucking hate this one.
Lifts it up a fair way, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What you're going to need two spanners basically. One is a 12mm, that's to undo and adjust your adjusters, and you will need a 32mm to undo the axle nut, which it's worth noting the axle nut is actually torqued up to 150 newton meters. So make sure you've got the right torque wrench that goes up to 150 newton meters to tighten it up. Either that or just tighten it quite tight will do the trick. So we like to use a bit of petrol in a pot. Now we use this for cleaning the chain. You're going to need a brake cleaner and chain cleaner if you don't go with that option. I like to use both. And we've also got some chain lube. The better quality chain lube you can buy, the better, just because it lasts longer on the chain and it doesn't throw it all over the bike and everywhere else apart from the chain. Now I've already loosened off this axle nut. It's a good idea, I'll point out, to loosen it off before you put it on the paddock stand, because you're going to put so much pressure on you could twist the bike and the bike could fall off the stand. So undo the axle nut before you put it on the paddock stand. Right, now you can see how slight this chain is. That's probably got a good 60mm or more in travel. Now the correct adjustment for this machine is 30mm maximum. If you're carrying a passenger, then you want to sort of keep it to, towards the end of the 30mm, because the more weight you've got on the bike, the more travel you're going to need on the chain. While you're here as well, just a quick one, it's a good thing to check. Just check your cush drive. It's a good place to start. And you can see there's no backwards and forwards movement in there, so I know the cush drive's good. This bike's only done 16,000 miles, so it hasn't done many at all. So basically what we're going to start off now is first clean the chain. You can see this chain's quite dirty. So let's get your brake cleaner, chain cleaner, clean it all off. Obviously watch your fingers as you cleaning and moving these chains, because the last thing you want is get your finger caught in the sprocket or between the chain and the sprocket itself. Okay, so now we're ready to adjust the chain. So basically you're going to need your 12mm spanner, loosen off the lock-in nut which is there. Now it's worth noting at this point you have got these little adjuster marks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now that is what you use to adjust your chain with. So basically what I'm going to do is get on the adjuster itself, like so. What I like to do is go 1/2 turn. Now that's what you've got to be careful of. I can feel that this is actually quite seized on this bike. So that's 2 half turns. Keeping an eye on until you sort of reach your desired adjustment, which on this bike it's within 30mm or less. I can feel that isn't. If you count the half turns, it just makes it easier. What are we on? So 1, 2, just over 5 on that side. Now we go around the other side. And do the locking nut. See how seized this side is. I will take this apart later on and put some copper grease on it all, take them right out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to slip my hand underneath, I'm not going to go around the other side. I would say that's probably not far off where we need to be. So I'm going to lock that off. Lock in that. On that side. Falling over there, Ash.
Yeah.
Lock it off on this side. And just make sure your adjusters, which I know they are, the adjuster lines are actually the same on both sides. So you've got like 4.5 on this side showing and 4.5 on the other side. That will make sure your wheel alignment is absolutely spot on. And that is how you adjust your chain on R1. Obviously, just one quick one actually. Now, what you want to check for once you've done that tightening process is keep spinning the wheel. Then we can catch it on camera, Ash, and try and find the tightest point of the chain. I should have said this earlier already. If there is a tightest point, if it's all the same all the way around, then you've got a really good chain. But 9 times out of 10, there's always a slightly, could possibly be there. Yeah, that's looser. That's looser. If you spin it, you can normally see it there. So now that I know that's my tightest point of my chain, and that is where you adjust the chain on. Otherwise, if you adjust it on the slackest point, it's going to become tighter as you're going along, and it will start slapping and making loads of weird noises and putting pressure on output shafts and chains and sprockets and all sorts. So just make sure you adjust the chain on the tightest point, which I'm happy about. I'm happy with that. That's probably around 30mm. You can measure it with vernier. Is it worth going for that, Ash? No?
No.
But, you know.
It's all self-explanatory. You
Yeah.
can use a ruler, you can use a tape measure.
Yeah, anything really.
Yeah.
Right, but and now another thing I will quickly show you, which is pretty cool. Well, I think it's pretty cool, but that's just me. Is when you tighten the actual axle back out, if you grab your hands, stick it on the chain like that, put loads of pressure on it, and then do your axle out. Now I'm not going to do it right up on the paddock stand, I'm going to nip it and I'll do it the rest of it on the actual floor.
Can I just add to that? There's another way of doing that I use. I wedge a rag between the chain and the sprocket.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Save you clamping it with your hand.
Either way, you can get dirty hands that way, I suppose. That's that. And obviously, torque it up once it's down on the floor, not when it's on the paddock stand. Then just get your chain lube. Now, just clean that bit of the swing arm off. I like just to get a rag and just put it over there, because this does make a bit of a mess, and it will make a bit of a mess no matter how clean you try and do it. And then to be honest, that chain has got quite a tight spot on it, so it's not going to be long, if not now, until it needs replacing. To be honest, this is my own bike, so it's not a customer's. Give it some nice and oil, and that's that. Job done. Just go over everything. Make sure all your adjusters are tight. Make sure your axle's tight at the end. And yeah, if you want to see more chain videos, there is actually another one in the video playlist that actually goes through chain and sprockets a bit more in depth to show you what to look out for. I'm Kevin, this is Motorcycle Repair. We see you next time. Keep riding and ride safe.